good. Hope everybody enjoys waiting 5 minutes. Sorry.
So I don't. How is that gonna work? That they gotta wait for. So are they just not gonna hear us for 5 minutes until the drop starts?
Yeah, it just probably went black now, and they have to wait 5 minutes, and it'll come back together.
Nice.
Which is, you know, I think it teaches. Oh, we're in the match. I had to fly my camera around. Hit some buttons. There we go.
Dropship's rolling in.
Which team do you want to roll over to?
I'm gonna check out eyes.
All right. I'm gonna watch beautiful other team drop. Team 2. I guess they're 42. We've got a Hasek in a Stormcrow. We've got a Bushwhacker, Hunchback 2C, 2 Bushwhackers, Mistlynx. You know, they got mechs. They're coming to fight. I don't see a lot of... Maybe that Hunchback 2C will have some range control. What do you got over there?
Eyes is doubling down on the Bushwhackers. It's definitely a little slower. Looks like they're running CERM pods. We got a Jenner 2C. That's a little different, but, you know, hopefully he'll put out some work with those new armor quirks. We got an Arctic Wolf, an Assassin, a Javelin, a Wolfhound, and a Commando, so they're definitely looking to brawl. They're definitely not looking to take any Overwatch.
Some of them are snow-colored. Like, I really think that camo's just like, you know, way to be competitive players. You know what I mean?
You got to appreciate blending in with the terrain. Yeah, no, for sure. I used to think it mattered, but it turns out it doesn't. That's at least what Dane told me, so... Got a strike coming out. Interesting. A little bit of early play. Looks like we're kind of just holding the circle. Waiting for our mediums to get in and get into place. Getting ready to do some deeps. Maybe a little bit of early scratch.
Yeah, 42 is playing pretty far back. We've got eyes. They're just hovering right underneath the disc. They're kind of spreading a little bit to avoid these anemic strikes, but otherwise, 42 is pulling up a little bit. I wonder, neither team appears to have any kind of Overwatch, though. No one's putting down some range damage, forcing the other one to move. Looks like Eyes is jumping on.
Definitely going to jump this Wolfhound. He's definitely getting caught out.
They're going in. They see blood. Kill it. All right, but while this is happening, you're going to see 42 roll in on the outside of them and maybe single out some other mechs.
Flynn is beginning to envelop these guys here. He's got to keep his awareness up and not get too deadlocked here. That Assassin is doing some work on him. Canadian DJ taking out Coyote.
So they killed that guy, but now they're wasting time having to run back to the fight. So, you know, was it a good risk or not? Let's find out. So this snowballs pretty quickly in this. Eyes really need to get one more kill, and I think they'll have it. But if 42 can finish off that Bushwhacker, 2-2. Looks like the other
numbers are
lagged.
Definitely looking in favor of Eyes here, yeah.
Yep. So, we saw 42 kind of kite Eyes out, and that's an issue in this drop. Like, you can do something like that, and it might work, but the mechs are so fast that it doesn't take them long to just run right back to the fight.
That's one of the issues too, as well, is like committing your Wolfhound. He doesn't have the jump chest to spot that incoming attack. So I mean, it really leaves you susceptible to getting caught out like that. I think definitely trying to string them out was the right decision. But with that being said, just didn't capitalize hard enough, I guess.
And you'll see that Arc Cheetah, he overheated, shut down. And,
that's why we run overrides. You can squeeze that damage out, blow yourself up, show everybody you're a hero.
Mm-hmm. That's a sure way to get into Valhalla. Just gonna put that out there for anybody.
Drakon doing what he can to maybe get one more of these mechs down. Oh, and that is it.
So it looks like Eyes did not get the bonus. Oh no, wait, I said that wrong. 42 did not get the bonus. Eyes obviously did. I'm going to type this stuff in to this overlay machine, and you talk about things.
Alright, things to talk about. Were the Bushwhackers strong enough? Let's take a look at the board. So Eyes, with both of their Bushwhackers, I mean, they definitely... The one only did 80 damage, but he tanked a fair amount. Jiffy pulling out a massive 487. That could be sustained eye contact. Looking down at 42, their damages are quite a bit lower overall. Couple of double Ds coming out of these guys. Little sad to see, but that will happen in the first mechs to get caught out. Polar can always be a little dangerous, and I think going into that, they felt the rotation and it hurt. I think Eyes was definitely way more ready to go. They were way more bunched up, and their ball just worked a lot better. They were very efficient at target calling. They were doing a very good job of getting the targets they wanted down. 42 being the newer team, maybe a little bit harder time picking out the decisive and the high priority targets. But not a horrible drop one for these guys. They are new. Definitely keeping their chins up.
All right. Thanks for that.
I think if you need somebody to blow hot air, everybody knows the sale's your man.
Whoa. Yeah. Takes a sale. Let's see. I think I got most of this in. Just needed to update it so that it says Eyes is winning 1-0. You know, I'm actually... It's kind of interesting. 42 is using a couple of former BSK members. They've got Flynn Hassick, who's a team captain. They had Sir Trent Howell, who was in that drop. They have people in there who have been very successful competitive players in high divisions before.
I mean, Xiphius, he's a pretty well-known name, you know. They definitely have done some work in the past, especially brawling, might I add. Like, that was kind of BSK's bread and butter.
And yet, we've got these Eyes guys, and the majority of them I don't recognize outside of seeing them in Group Q running for Eyes. Like,
yeah.
I
do recognize the Canadian DJ. I believe he streams. Pretty nice fella, which is unusual for Eyes, but you gotta respect him.
There's always the outliner that, the exception that proves the rule, right?
He is Canadian, though, so by definition, he has to apologize. So.
But is he a DJ?
Well,
we don't know that. That hasn't been confirmed.
As someone who has a lot of musical experience, just looking at his name, I doubt it. So you heard it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. So I've got the overlay working a little bit better. Now all I have to do is figure out where our map is, and we can pull up the map. But I don't know where it is.
Alpine Peaks, bruh.
No, Okay, I found it. Let me link it to you guys.
Hype. In the words of Trooper, we're here for a good time, not a long time. Let the sun shine every day.
I'm glad he had those words for us. All right, Alpine. Double check. Oh, I need to make it smaller. That's what she said. Yeah.
So, as my post-traumatic stress disorder kicks in from last night, definitely probably going to see Team 1 take that hill, that G7, H7, H8 area, look to control Epsilon, Theta, Kappa. It is always a little bit difficult, as we know, teams like to set up in these areas, kind of look to control that. So probably a range game fight. We may see a brawl coming down the main corridor from one of these guys, which would be very interesting. We could see both teams looking to brawl and not mess around with the cap game, which would be even more interesting. I'm pretty excited. I think this could be. I mean, it's Div C, right? So nobody knows. You know, Div C's best div. Everybody knows that.
I, there has been some rumblings and rumors, and ooh, I am really messing this map's looking abilities up. Okay, there have been rumors that brawling works, especially on drop 2. Uh, However, with Alpine, it's just so hard to make it work. Um, However, as you mentioned, this is Division C. This is an opportunity for it to be successful. And I think we watched it last week to a degree with who are those brawlers? The Cobra
Oh,
Commanders.
Cobra Commanders, yeah. Those guys
Yeah.
didn't. Those guys didn't give a hoot. I have to shout out to the Cobra Commanders. Those guys did work in those early matches.
So what you can see, like what we did, we set up people, we set up firing line, got people out there, got map control. Phoenix Legion, actually, they put some people up here as well, like an Ice Ferret, to put pressure as well down here. And that's definitely a thing they could do. Team 2 could set up like that, and as you were showing earlier, Team 1 can also set up with some pretty good sight lines, pretty good trading locations. However, either team can also just brawl into them. You can have these guys can roll this way and just swing through Sigma and just try to roll up on them, which is what we saw the Cobra Commandos or Commanders. It's probably Commando. Not everybody could be a commander, right?
I
Uh,
believe that's the way hierarchy works.
yeah. So, like they did. Alternatively, we could see this team too. Try to roll up again, push up to Theta, maybe push this side or something, and just keep going. We've only seen. Oh, those are some. I just scrolled up and I saw your eyes.
They feel like they're sustaining me.
Those are some creepy eyes.
Yeah, those are intense.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna put a little red in them though. Like, whoa.
Oh,
That one's a little bit bigger
turned
too.
down for what? You might also, rarely, but a relatively smart move, I think, if you were going to brawl it, to go straight up here and then over top of the hill line 9. You would be able to close ground pretty safely and then move in to position, hopefully, if they haven't seen you. With a little bit of overwatch. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. It'll definitely be interesting to see how these guys decide to play their map. I mean, you might see a little more static trade play, which I think is probably the safest bet on Alpine. I mean, it's a gigantic map, so.
Yeah, we will. We'll see what happens. What else can we do? It's definitely a game where you have to, on a map this big, with spaces this wide and open, cap control is important. Maintaining cap control. My opinion is Team 2 gets these caps if they want them. And then Team 1 gets these caps if they want them. Sigma, if assuming a team doesn't give you Sigma, Sigma is too difficult for either team to get.
Sigma is a bit of a wild card, but I think Kappa, if control, like Kappa can also be difficult to take, just because of its sightlines early. If you don't get something in there right away.
Yeah, it's got to be something quick. If we found this out in our scrims, if you send like a medium over to Kappa from Alpha, and the other team has a fast light or a fast medium, like say a Shadow Cat or something, they can get a mech up here or here or something, and they can deny that if it takes this guy too long to get here. So a light, however, a light from Alpha should be able to take Kappa before they can do anything about it. Sigma, the people here, for rolling up to here, they'll have sightlines on Sigma, and then the people here rolling down here, rolling here, they'll have sightlines on Sigma as well. So Sigma ends up being a kind of a no man's land cap, the decider. Gamma is a pain though, because once you take it, it's kind of out of play for a while. And so you can sneak someone in there, you can lose it, like it's just so far away, it's hard to commit to doing anything with it. But
much like Tourmaline, reacting to that, I guess Gamma as well on Tourmaline, super far out.
They are dropping though, so we're gonna just switch screens to that. We're gonna see what happens. What all the hullabaloo is about, right?
Yeah. Hellblau.
Hellblau.
Yeah.
That's the color of Isengrim mechs. That's the blue on our mechs. Hellblau. Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
Hellblau and Orange TM.
The Orphanator, good luck, have fun. I'm gonna be honest, DeSale. Can I be honest with you?
Please.
Alright, this is just between me and you, and maybe Harkinian if he's not high.
He's high.
What?
Yeah,
It's
okay.
420, dude.
Yeah. So, I really don't want the teams I'm playing to have good luck. Like, if I could wish bad luck upon them, like a sorcerer, I would.
You're harsh in my buzz, bro.
like lightning is striking, and like a cat's knocking food off tables, and their mouse are getting squiggly. Like, that is a wish I have. Like, that, if I could wish it. Obviously, I can't say it out loud because then people are like, "Oh man, that's BM," so I don't. All right, what do we got? What do we got?
So on 42 side, where they're running Bushwhackers, double Hunchbacks. Oh no, scratch that.
Okay, scratch.
They have no
doubles.
dupes. Yeah.
Just their deck looks to me kind of like a push deck. Ebon Jaguar, Stormcrow, Bushwhacker. I mean, those are.
Hellbringer.
I guess Hellbringer, Hunchback don't have to be push. Over here on Eyes, we've got Hunchback 2Cs are the duped, a Nightjeer, Grasshopper, Stormcrow, Assassin, Javelin, and a Commando. But despite that, looks to me like a ranged deck, but they're really grouped up. However, both teams are really grouped up. 2 mechs for Eyes went to go get Gamma. I don't know which two. I'm not gonna find out. And one
Well, it looks
mech.
like they are taking early hill.
One mech for 42 went that way, but turned around when we saw Gamma get capped. So those 3 mechs are currently out of whatever fight is happening. That means it's a 6-on-7. Eyes got 6 in the game, and 42's got 7. So if 42 wanted to make a push now, like if they were a push deck, now's the time to do it. Especially since they saw that cap on Gamma, they saw it go quickly. But I don't know. I don't know what their plan is. It's kind of they've given up.
They did get Theta, but that Wolfhound is taking a ton of scratch.
Wait, something's
Lost
happening.
20% for that.
We got the Commando and an Arc Cheetah are fighting each other to the death off in the corner.
Oh, way off in Zimbabwe for Sigma.
Yeah, you know, they want to get the right to expel the white farmers.
And the Canadian DJ absolutely doing work to Drakon.
So this is
that was a very decisive victory. Woo.
This is a push. This is a laser vomit push is what 42 is doing right now on Eyes. Eyes is receiving it as best they can.
They have not shifted early enough, though, I would say. Like, they pretty much statically held their hill and then balled. What 42 needs to be doing is pushing them very hard.
42 does have the 2 lights for Eyes. They've rejoined the combat, and Eyes... No, that doesn't make any sense. The 2 lights for Eyes have come back, and Eyes sent another guy to cap. It doesn't really make sense to cap right now, since this fight is like, they're on top of each other. This is, you know, now is not the time to go buy the condom when the dick's already inside. You know what I'm saying? Like this is.
I mean, at this point, you just need to be ready to pull out. You know what I mean?
This is going on. So you're seeing damages are swinging pretty high. That guy's capping. He's coming back finally, but as long as he's out there capping, he's out of the fight.
Effectively doing nothing. Yeah.
Yep. What Eyes are doing right now is pretty good, though. They're using that side of the hill, and they're isolating the mechs that come around that corner.
And unfortunately, 42 is pushing more one at a time and taking huge damage for it. They should have just balled up and pushed them, but instead they're trying to trade single-handedly on a quarter and getting heavily out-traded for it.
Eyes also have those 2 lights kind of running amok. I mean, this is, despite that, like, this is pretty close. Well, not anymore. So again, we saw them like they were fighting for those caps, and we know they've probably seen other matches where caps mattered, but they were on top of each other, they were in it. There was no need for caps at that moment.
No, I feel like very much so that 42 had the advantage and threw it away, trying to slow trade and look at caps.
Now only
if they would have just pushed, Yeah, if they would have just pushed and utilized that Wolfhound and like utilized their one light, I think they could have maybe swung that.
And then like
that early
noticed,
light loss hurt, but.
And as you noticed too, they are pushing 1 at a time, 2 at a time, and it also hurt their push as well.
They were trying to use it like a trade deck when they had a push deck. So.
Yep. It gave eyes the ability to kind of back up, sit on their haunches, and kind of isolate and really damage mechs that that came around that corner to win those trades. Mando almost lost his legs.
Well, 42 got the bonus this round, so, you know, definitely it was a much closer fight, I think. A couple of technical missteps, and, you know, they unfortunately lost it, but I think with a couple of quick fixes, they can definitely, you know, look to swing the rest of the season in their favor.
Now, let's see what we got on the scoreboard. Who really shined? I think Jiffy. Do you see that Jiffy in that Hunchback 2 CA? 595?
Yeah.
Wow. Who does that remind you of doing that kind of damage?
590. I would say Deathlord.
Deathlord? Oh yeah. I
yeah,
thought,
that's some big damage.
I'm just wondering, just gonna throw this out there. Do you think that could be sustained eye contact?
Oh. You know what? That didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah, that could be. Maybe Jiffy sustained eye contact. However, I'm gonna throw this at you. Okay. Grayson Collins 337 in his Hellbringer. What if that was sustained eye contact?
He could also be sustained eye contact. At this point, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Could be anybody. He could have set up 2 computers, and both of them could have been him.
You'll notice that they have a guy named Player Unknown. Could be sustained eye contact.
I think you have to assume at this point that is sustained eye contact, Player Unknown. However,
I don't know. The Canadian DJ was so good, and he won that early fight. That could also be sustained eye contact.
A lot of... this is a hard one.
Although everybody knows sustained eye contact is weak against Narc Ravens with medium lasers. So maybe that's what 42 should have brought.
Yeah, everybody knows it. Everybody knows
it. Dude, everybody knows it. So
Look at Xiphius in that Cicada. What do you think? He's a well-known member in the community. Maybe he gave sustained eye contact. His account.
It's hard to say.
I thought he quit after BSK left, so I think I'm about 87.42 divided by 1% sure that Xiphius is sustained eye. That's who I'm going on. Who are you picking?
Okay.
Who's your pick?
If I had to go a hard pick, it would probably be. I have to just stick with Player Unknown.
Okay.
I feel like if he was gonna play, it would be Player Unknown because it's too obvious. You know what I mean?
Player Unknown should have chosen the name Player Known because then we'd know. We'd know who he was.
We would have known.
Yeah, but he's
unknown. Yeah, he's trying to reverse psychology us. I see what he's doing.
Yeah, well,
it's
you know what?
Play.
I respect your decision. I still feel strongly that was Xiphius, but
Okay.
I see your reasoning. It's firm reasoning. It's the kind of reasoning that's probably going to result in you being banned from MRBC. Just going to throw that out.
That's okay. I'll walk it off.
It might have been against the cock. Is that the right word for it?
Who fucking cares?
The COC.
You know what I mean? Oh, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, the COC.
Yeah. So your prediction. So I'll see you in 2 seasons.
Well, I'll own it. Yeah, at least. Yeah. It's fine. World's just starting soon. It doesn't matter anyway.
All right. Well, that was fun and not at all. There we go. Let's look at a map again. Oh, hey, I can look at this scene too. Like, whoa, what's going on? And thing. It's 2-0. Sloppy seconds. Have 250 reps, so that's good. They're getting rep. They're getting along.
They're getting kills. They're not doing too bad.
Let's move on to drop 3.
They're finding their feet. You gotta respect that.
Yeah. That was a better show in there. Drop 3 is Frozen City. Let's go. Let's go on our way.
Let's not forget it's 420. Big shout out to 420. Blaze it.
It's their special day.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the special day where stoners that always smoke weed a little bit more. So Go ahead, enjoy that celebration, guys.
Yeah, let's give it a puff. Let's give it a puff to our boys in non-color coordinated mechs fighting on the field today.
You gotta respect that. Yeah,
Yep,
and you
yep.
guys should be color coordinated. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be on a team, do it right.
Yeah,
You know?
I believe strongly in color coordination. Like,
I mean, you only need 2 letters for 42. You know, like how much MC is that? Like, come on, guys. You know, eyes. They've only got like 4 letters. Like, come on.
They could just use an eye.
ooh,
They could, and then just
Ooh.
put an S on the back of it. You know,
oh, definitely.
Arcinian with the 300 fucking IQ commentary. You gotta
Showed
give him
up,
that.
shut us down.
I
with brilliance.
respect that. He's a genius.
I have to put on sunglasses when he talks.
He's a wordsmith.
So here we got up the Frozen City map. Now in the olden days, in our youth, we'd see a lot of brawl on this map, or potential brawl map. I think we in Isingham felt like it was a secret brawl map. You just get your guys rolling and you just push, and you could get some shit done. We felt like, however, Team 2 really kind of controls the flow of the map. If Team 2 puts their majority of their team in Bravo and Charlie Lance, that pretty much tells you that Team 2 is doing this. They're gonna make a push up the right side, on some degree, on some level. Maybe it's up this side, maybe it goes more in. I don't like that. I don't like this line right here. I wouldn't do that one, but whatever. However, if you see them heavily invested on an Alpha Bravo situation, then you can be pretty confident they're going to go this way, maybe set up for trade. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to come and try to brawl you from across. I don't know how well that would work. I don't think I ever tried it. But that's what you're looking at for here. Whereas Team 1, like, their lances don't even matter. Like it doesn't even mean anything hardly. I guess if it's hard Charlie Bravo, maybe they're not going to cap Gamma, but like, why wouldn't they? It just doesn't make sense. But assuming there is a fight on just the right side of this map, these buildings are just critical for any kind of battle. You don't want to fight a group of people who are in these buildings, and you're kind of on this side, like on the slope. That's ruinous. You are ruined.
Yeah, I don't think any kind of EPSI push from Team 1 is necessarily safe, especially if you see their guys Bravo Charlie. Typically, you'll see them look to control the more northern half of the map and just kind of abandon Epsilon.
Yeah, we've definitely seen, if they think a push is coming, if they read a push, or just believe in their planning that a push is coming up from like this side, we will often see mechs take positions at D5, make D5 kind of a pivot point, and then maybe have a few mechs out here as well. Maybe send like a medium over here, and then
send the medium over there.
thanks, Arcinian. And then that way, when they come out when they expose up on this ground and they have to push, they get shot at from lots of different angles, and get wrecked. And then they could keep backing up this way. These guys, I don't know what they do, but whatever. So there you go. That's a thing.
If they do that, they're waffling a little bit. That last blue line, but that's okay.
That's they probably should do that. You're right. They should probably do. Don't show Val. I made that line. They should probably work like this side and basically force this group here to pick a side.
I'm also pretty sure Harkinian isn't in a legal state, so if somebody wants to swat him, go ahead and do that.
I'm sorry. I'm all right. I'm gonna use the white feature. Whoever's drawing, I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna let you finish your words. Wave.
He's making a waffle.
Waffle. All right. And waffles. Okay. So, however, those are a few things I know about this map. In this one, though, what we just saw was really two. They were pretty aggressive, really balled up. Maybe eyes were gonna be more control-y, but they didn't really take a control. They just grouped up. So I'm guessing we're gonna have 42 brawl and push and medium range laser bomb. 42 is this side, so I would not be surprised if I saw this happening. And
I think Eyes typically wanted to go more control from what I've seen. their last execution was a little sloppy, but I think range is kind of what they're aiming for.
And I wouldn't be surprised then, with that in mind, if we see eyes make a push to get on this side, to get on this side of it, and then start shooting at 42's laser bomb push up through the city.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see how that rolls. Definitely could be different than what we imagine. Should I load up Twitch stream and see if people are talking to us?
Who cares? But sure. Sure.
Who cares? All right. In honor of 420, I feel like Harkinian should draw paraphernalia on our map.
No.
Should he? No. Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's illegal in MRBC. It's more illegal in sharing accounts.
We could get banned for 2 seasons.
I'm not willing to take that loss.
At this rate, MRBC does what, 1 season a year, so that's 2-year ban.
That's a 2-year ban. Wow. That's like you could do steroids in like a real sport and fucking get a match sooner than Eyes did. That's crazy. Holy fuck. Dude, MRBC does not play around at all. Holy shit.
Where do you see yourself in 2 years, Assail? You know,
not
Division
playing
A still?
fucking Mech Warrior, dude.
All right.
Graduated from college, hopefully not playing video games.
We are dropping now. Frozen City, Conquest. Do you think we're gonna get fired as like casters after this, Assail?
Dude, this cast is hot fire. I don't care what anybody says.
It's the best
I don't
cast.
need the validation of the community to tell them I'm
we
a
got
good caster,
warned
right?
pretty hard last time, so we really.
Dude, we
toned
got
it
warned
down.
by RJ. Fuck that shit. Dude, we got warned by RJ. He's
we
not
had-
even real.
Hey, who doesn't like free trips to Vancouver? Or free mechs and trips to Vancouver? But no, we tried to be very professional last time. It was a little boring, so we're not doing that again.
We're just
Alright.
trying to spice it up, you know?
So what you see here is 42 dropped a lone mech on Alpha, so that should be a read to Eyes that 42 is making that right-handed push that I drew on the map, which you can see from my view is exactly what they're doing. The one mech they dropped over there is just that Cicada doing that cap. That's all of that Eyes should have picked up from the lobby. That was evident in the lobby.
42 looks like they are heavy brawl, duping onions.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is a brawl team. One issue with the brawl on this map, specifically, not this map, but this drop, is they have to have this 100-ton slow-ass mech. So this King Crab is going to fall behind their brawl push if they do a brawl push. If that happens, it's now a 7-on-8 into their team. What do we got Eyes doing, though? What are they up to?
Well, it looks like Eyes are kind of setting up early, getting those damage in on the approaching team.
They definitely look like
they
they're
should be
ranged.
backing up into D5 already, but it looks like they're very slowly taking positions and trading instead of backing up against the brawl.
Did they take? Yeah, they doubled down on Nightshare, so that's definitely a trade deck that they have set up for. You have Xiphius in the Cicada. He's out there. He got another cap for his brawl team. I think he's going in to get Theta to get a 3rd cap for them. The Brawlers could potentially grab Epsilon, however, to do so they would enter the firing lane of Eyes. So we'll see if Steelus right here, he looks like he wants to take Epsi, but when he does, he's going to take some fire for it. Yeah, well, he fired. He didn't take any fire. Come on, Eyes. Flynn Hassett took
Xiphius
some
is grabbing.
Theta?
Right there.
Yeah. Flynn took some pain. These buildings I hate to fight in. If they are
It's
brawl,
very easy to get separated in them.
if they are brawl, I would like to roll up the right side and control the right flank and then collapse to the left. But it looks like 42 is breaking to the left instead. So they could do something similar over there. They control the left flank and collapse right. However, it's easy for them to get on those slopes, and those slopes are a bad place to fight from. Now,
Player unknown getting a good shot back in his shade.
You can see right
Taking
now
some
that
serious damage in return.
right, the percentages are in favor of 42, but 42 is a brawl team, so this swings in their favor if they just get in there. And I feel like they're kind of playing this a little bit cagily. You see what I'm talking about?
They're playing it Yeah, they are playing occasionally, but it's not what you need to be doing when you're brawl. When you're brawl, you need to get in there and punch them in the face instead of trying to trade with brawl
they
mechs.
shouldn't be letting this Nightjar Pop-Tart. They shouldn't be letting these guys, roll around and get these inside angles on them in the buildings. They need to just push. They need to push.
Like, I mean, Eyes is balled up, and that's the best thing you can hope for against a ranged team, is that they ball up and take poor positions.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're literally feeding them, like...
When there's a ball of range,
no.
what you want to do is push them, and then you pancake them. That's the correct nomenclature. Pancake.
Eyes had these two
that's correct.
They're pseudo lights, the assassin and the Arctic cheetah on the right side too, just shooting in to balled up 42. I mean, that's just a failure to launch, is what that is. They were there, they had their opportunity, and they stalled out. And you can't do that when you're a brawl team like that. You gotta get in there.
You gotta pull the pin. Yeah, you gotta get in there and get dirty. I mean, Eisen is specifically known for only knowing how to brawl. So, I mean, as a player from Eisen that only brawls and doesn't know anything else, that was a poor job.
Yeah, you got to get that Gonga Olvrek. You got to get that fear of the Jarl in you, and you just gotta push. You gotta throw the body, torso twist, and roll in there. Now,
but I mean, Eyes was very strong showing, very good fadeaway from the Orphanator. Definitely took some early damage, but managed to save his mech and deny those.
I want to just throw that out there. Do you
points.
think maybe he sustained eye contact?
No.
Looking at his mech, I don't think it is. Just from outside looks of the mech.
I know it's not.
How would you
Confirmed.
know? How did you confirm?
I fought him like 4 or 5 times. Dunked in Solaris. I mean, that's not him, dude.
maybe it is him right now.
Player unknown, 511 damage, 100%. 100% sustained eye contact, easy game, Sukablit.
Yeah, but look at Xiphius, 377.
Well, Dak Kron had the Hellbringer doing 439. Could also be sustained eye contact.
Definitely. He could have been low playing it last time. Or last time, what if sustained eye contact is going on to every one of these players, like accounts right now? Like, systematically logging in them every drop.
I see.
And
what if he's more like a Venom? What if he's like a symbiote? You know what I mean? And he's like infecting all the players. Like, yeah, exactly, right? You can't account share if you're everybody on the team. You know what I mean?
What? I mean, maybe he went low tech, right? And maybe he's just driving to each of these players' houses, like hot, pushing them out of the chair.
Like Tear Up would. Like Tear Up would, dude. If Tear Up knew my address, he would be here, punching me with his little muffin hands. You know what I mean? His little girly muffin hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, I like to rap. Ooh, 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 ooh. And I'd be like, I don't care. Sit down. You know what I mean? I just rock him to sleep, give him a bottle. You know?
No. They all make all sense to me. So I'm gonna put in numbers, and then you maybe draw pictures on the map about what happened. All right.
User joined your channel.
So no massive surprise here. Team 1, Eyes, set up pretty much where we thought they were going to set up. And then 42, taking Bravo and Charlie as predicted, had a pretty strong brawl push in. Now, I think they got a little nervous when the Onion was starting to take damage, and then they kind of waffled in these buildings and spread out.
Waffles?
Yeah, delicious waffles. So when that happened, it
Brought
allowed...
to you by Eggo.
Big shout out to Eggo, sponsored. We're not actually sponsored by Eggo, and we probably shouldn't say their name for fear of being sued, but fuck it, Eggos. So,
Lego mine.
Yeah, Lego my Eggo, king. So basically, it allowed them to reposition, and by them I mean Eyes, and take a little bit more of a reverse stance and kind of open up some lanes while that Assassin did some work in the back line. It was a pretty smart play from Eyes. I think they should have backed up a little sooner, personally, but it was a pretty decisive win, so I think they knew what they wanted to do. They executed it relatively well. Yeah,
it like what I wanted to see from 42 was when Eyes was in this position right here. They had a few guys out here, and 42 had taken this position. I wanted to see 42 just come up in this building and roll this way and just force these guys back and down. Ideally, that's what I wanted them to do. Just get in their faces, get in that, and then as they do, you kind of roll around them, push in from all directions, call targets, brawl them. Use your brawl mechs, use your Orions, right? Make it count. You have that slower King Crab. He could have came in from like a different angle. I mean, he could have rolled out this way if he wanted to while the fight's going on, and just had shots inside the fight while kind of standing a little bit aloof.
I mean, even if he would have rolled the high side of E6, he would have still been doing more work.
It's Xiphias for them. He could have also came in from out here and started, shooting at them from this side, one of these sides as well. Maybe this building here, as that push is coming in hard this way. I'll use a different color. As that push is coming in like this, maybe more like that. If Xiphias, just turns a few backs, right? Sows a little confusion. Maybe draws their two brawler pseudo lights, the Arctic Cheetah and the Assassin. If he forces them to like disengage and chase him or something, just make it a little bit more chaotic before you just slam into that push. But it didn't happen, and that just, you can't win on a push deck if you don't push. So that should be in a fortune cookie, right? Is that, I felt
I think they
sagely.
get it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So let's go to the next. Let's see. I updated everything, so let's see if this works. Yeah, eyes 3, sloppy 0. Okay. And then we've got River City. Now, in our sage opinion, this is not a fair map. Team 2 has significant advantages over Team 1.
What are they doing, Crimson?
Yeah, Crimson. What'd I say?
You said River City, bro.
I always call Crimson River City because there's a city and there's kind of a river. I mean, it could be a river.
Are you sustained eye contact? Did you just get matrix I think he just became Agent Smith. Anyway, moving on. Team 1 is typically the harder side, I agree. I think D5 did a fucking solid job last night of really utilizing those Warhawks, keeping me pinned. We had a little bit of mistake, I think, leaving the Hellbringer there, or leaving the Hunchback there. But typically, you see Team 1 kind of get waffled just because of the map control that Team 2 has.
Yeah. There's a few options. There's that. So, and when we talk about control here, this is what we mean. This island, very easy. You put people on this island, boom. You've got shots. You got shots all out here, all out here. You put a person on this ramp here. He's got shots at Epsi. You can easily get these alpha guys up on this top plateau. Once they're here, they've got shots on this hill as well. They've got shots on Theta. So they've successfully now control completely or totally control 3 caps. And this guy here on the island, he can also do a little work to try to keep Epsi uncapped. Smart player can still probably cap it, but it makes it a little bit annoying. At which point, the other team now has to they have to make a play to kind of end this control, and it's rough. They can do a wide push out here and try to use the island to isolate one of these two groups. If they put the island between them and the guys up here, then these guys don't count. Now they're just focusing on the guys on the island. And if they do a good push, they push these guys off, they fall down. They can keep rolling this way. They can roll this way. They can force these guys back out here and then just set up to kind of isolate what's left of that team over here. And that's not a bad move to make. Another thing they can do, as Cecile has mentioned, is they make a push from here. A thing I like the idea of, I don't know if it actually works, but a saddle push with like some men, send some mechs up the saddle, send some mechs like this way, and just kind of catch the different degrees of this defensive setting kind of off guard. Make these guys like break to fight these guys, and then force them off maybe, and while these guys come in and cause issues there. So either way, what it is that it's Team 1 generally has to be the more proactive team. They have to be the ones breaking the strats. And Team 2 generally are the ones that kind of can set up, get eyes where they want, and control the map, control the fight.
We have seen a couple sneaky things too, where they came over both saddle and managed to kind of coordinate tunnel push at the same time, and that's been relatively effective in moving mechs up to Kappa and then controlling Kappa.
Absolutely. I mean, there's ways to break it. It's not impossible, but it takes some coordination, it takes some thinking, and it takes some work. So if there was a match for 42 to win, I feel like this is that match. This is their opportunity to get a win from these drops. But we will just have to see. So that's all I got to say about that, because I don't have anything else to say.
Well, there are only so many straps per map.
So many words. But we'll see what they do. Based off of what we've seen, this will be kind of interesting because we've really watched Eyes do a lot of receiving, and we've watched 42 do a lot of pushing. But based off what we just said, this is an opportunity for 42 to receive, and this is a kind of a conundrum for Eyes finally after pushing. I could see Eyes setting up mechs here, setting up maybe mechs here, maybe here, and just trying to trade, because they've been trying to do it all night. Like maybe they try it again. And I don't know, it really depends on how 42 handles themselves and set up, obviously, but I'm not sure if that really works, especially if 42, wisely gets the 3 caps here. And then if 42, they see that this is open out here, they can, even if they want, they can swing up and grab a little 4 cap, while Eyes struggles to trade from not unopportune locations. But
that C4 D4 hill is pretty hard to trade off of the terrain. It's pretty rough.
But we'll see. Maybe they just come in and they push hard, and I mean a hard push could work too, especially if the other team is caught off. If they
well, and Eyes showed they can definitely brawl. I mean, drop 1 was pretty decisive, so
yeah, they are dropping. So let us go see how this develops.
Oh, I didn't crash, hype. That's the first time ever. Usually when I alt tab, and then before I get the blink, it just ulted, it just crashes. This is a flawless game, working on a flawless cry engine, and it's sad to see things like that happen.
Yeah, it's
I really like the, just on a side note, I really like the Solaris 7 icon. I really like how they made it look like it came straight out of Windows 95. That was really polished.
I'm kind of waiting for Ross and, what was their name? Jen, or I don't know, whatever, from Friends to Angela, I don't know, to do a little segment about how to manage Solaris 7 1995. Yeah. I don't even remember her name. I hope people got my reference though, because it was a badass reference. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I think you were talking about Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, her. But
I can't remember the name of the character. Who cares? It's Friends, right? Like, what a mediocre show. Hashtag free tier up. I like it. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? He sustained eye contact.
That guy is 100% sustained eye. You know what? I don't believe that, because Tier Up really made fun of him a lot.
Did he?
Called him,
that's the perfect cover.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's tier contact.
All right. We've got 42 sending 2 guys up the. They got to be the fast mechs. They're making a play for maybe Epsilon. That's a really weird play if that's what it is. I would have sent them up to Theta, but since they didn't, Theta's getting capped without any kind of anything.
Any contest at all, yeah.
42 looks brawly. 2 more Orion, so they're not using.
They've got 2 lights rolling out here. We've got a fight for Epsilon. They've got 2 lights on 1. Naderd is pulling out.
Night Gears
so
again
like
for Eyes.
3 cap.
So Eyes probably went range again.
Yeah, we've got an early. Yeah, we've got a 2 cap here.
There's a anemic sad strike that did nothing but ruin like some guy's garden while mechs are fighting.
Thanks PGI. Way to really wreck that mechanic.
All right, now Eyes from a bad place to receive, or not to receive, to trade, now get to set up to receive. However, as you mentioned, 42 at least for the moment has 3 caps. However, there is no way, I think, for them to control Epsi. Like, I don't, that, they're going to lose
Yeah,
Epsi.
their Eyes is already moving back to Epsi to grab it.
Yeah, I mean, they can pick
And now
up
that
Theta
they
if
have
they
both
want.
of their lights, it looks like they're gonna have. Yeah, it looks like they've got 3 guys in position here to jump those guys on Epsi if they do make a move for it. I'm actually kind of surprised that these guys aren't going for Theta. If they know their lights are capping Epsi, why wouldn't they grab Theta?
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
They say you only YOLO once, so
yeah, that is the thing they say. So here's the push from the cave.
coming through the tunnel one at a time.
Okay, one at a time. You know, make it easy to kind of single out the focus.
Oh, and we got a strike that hit people. Holy fuck!
But
that would definitely came from Sustained. I don't know who put that strike down, but that was Sustained 100%.
Eyes are backing up. You could see the lights for Eyes trying to run some interference.
Canadian DJ turning around, getting the Lord's work shot up his butt.
That Annihilator, Lethal, and Embrace is pretty beat up, but he's still fighting. He's still not down yet.
No mechs down yet for Eyes. Doing a very strong job at controlling who is dying
the
and
left
rotating
push
out.
has completely petered out. Just only a single bushwhacker remains. The right push is just the lights. The lights did manage to get a kill. They killed that a Nightjeer.
Nightjeer, they got a Nightjeer.
I pressed a lot of buttons and I can't see the.
Just keep fat fingering things, it'll pop up, it's fine.
What is it? What is it?
The lights spreading between themselves, getting
What are the
isolated,
caps?
might have been able
How do
to
I
get
bring
another
the
one there.
caps back up? Dagnabbit.
The caps are in Eyes' favors currently, 3-2. So
Right.
again, a very decisive victory for Eyes. Wow. Even
Think,
without sustained eye contact, probably not, but
Well, no,
could be.
I think it was Knack, wasn't it?
Oh, Knack, free sec. Yep,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Well, let's see you check his
100%.
damage. Oh, look at that damage.
Yep, 100% sustained eye
100%,
contact
yeah.
in the night chair. Actually, the Orphan, however, also sustained eye contact.
You know, it's one of those kind of Schrodinger's cat things where they're both sustained eye contact until they're not.
I'm 100% convinced he's a symbiote, much like
You know,
Venom.
chat is convinced. Just want to update you guys that you both are actually sustained.
Uh-oh.
Are we?
Uh-oh.
Oh!
And now it's really been
Oh.
2 guys all along, and it's you 2. And
Yeah,
it was just a victory.
He's
Harkinian-
sustained, I'm eye contact. I get it. I get it,
Harkinian-
okay.
We got to bail Harkinian before we get our 2-year ban. So you have to cast this by yourself now. We're
All right,
piecing
without
out.
even watching the game.
Without
I'm
even
just
watching it, just
listening,
make
I'm
it up.
hearing, I'm feeling the flow. I'm working it.
GG easy, yeah. I just want to say, King Harkinian doing great on the Solaris leaderboards. Watch out for him if you come up against him, because he'll dunk you. Hashtag
Sponsored
Eisen.
by Ego,
Yep.
Mrs. Buttersworth, and Aunt Jemima.
And Jemina, you know,
Which do you guys prefer?
putting out syrup since.
If you want
1432.
to like real talk, dude, I actually really like the President's Choice brand. I don't know if you guys have that in America, but it's
I
like the
don't think we
poorest
do.
people syrup. It's
Never
like
heard
the
of it, not
dirtiest,
factor.
poorest people syrup. It's
That syrup
pretty
has
good.
too low ELO for me to mess with it.
That's fair.
My wife bought this like $30 thing of syrup to like use in recipes when they need like real maple syrup from like actual maple cows.
Did you just dump it on your pancakes and laugh at her?
And so so like everyone's everyone's what like I secretly like use it. Like I'm not supposed to, but I secretly do. Like,
You rebel.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'm inputting this input. Let's talk about what we saw on the map. So,
By the way, as soon
I
as
mean-
someone says stop giving away all of our elite fucking strats, so chillax on that.
yeah. All right. So on this map, what we saw was Eyes do what we expected. They took range. They set up range You know, where you set up range on this side for trading.
What I would call a hard hill or Tom Hardy hill, if you
Tom
could.
Hardy
Some
Hill.
people call it
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I called it
most
that
people.
once.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then.
So Tom Hardy Hill, and then they balled. I mean, 42 came up. They were ready to fuck. Like, they were down to fuck. They came out of that tunnel, which I think might have been a bit of a mistake. I think they should have maybe not gone tunnel and come out one at a time. But they had a mission, and they were coming up right here. There was a bit of a split, and that might have cost them as well, because they kind of do that weird tradey thing.
It was just
like...
the lights, though. I think it was just the lights. I think
Dude,
the
I
lights
thought there
were
was
the
a
two.
medium.
There might have been.
Okay, well, that's fair. It's 420, man. It's anybody's game, you know?
Anyways. So yeah, and their lights actually came out. They kept Epsi, which I thought was pretty interesting. But they did it, and they did it uncontested and controlled it. But again, you know, with a brawl fight like this, like when is Caps gonna matter, right?
No, I think when you're gonna brawl, you need to just forget about caps, kill the fucking bad guys, and then grab your caps once they're all dead. Suka Blit, easy game. Rush B, flashbangs, you know.
I'm trying to think how they could have done this better. I'm wondering if they could have just gone across the water, like made a beeline. They would have taken some scratch, but once they hit this area here, they get in the buildings, they get behind this hill, it gets a little bit better for them. And then from there, they can go around like this. Now that's still not opportune. The other team could still like do this kind of a thing, like balloon out and in, use buildings and stuff. But
I mean, I remember a certain Eisen team even being even bigger bundles of sticks and dropping down into the water and kiting us back all the way into C8 during a scrim while some mech the Dane was trying to prove a point about something. I don't remember what it was, but Starwolf made it work, and it sucked.
So yeah, this push was just so punishing from this tunnel. I don't know if it could ever work. If you're following me,
I think you just get too like conga lined. I think that just kind of is what it boils down to, and it gives them like way too much.
Yeah, there's no cover. There's a bunch of space. They're all just shooting down and in. You have to go up, and like that's just a really rough kind of engagement location. You know, you push straight like this, you go through the water, they get shots at you as you go, like those night jeers, maybe Pop-Tart, maybe hit you. But, I mean, if you do it fast, I guess you can't do it fast with the Mad Cat 2, which they brought. Yeah, no, I don't know. That's rough. That's not what I would have done. Let's see, what would I do?
So maybe they've lost it in the mech lab a little bit, you know? I wouldn't have brought Orions to brawl like that. They're too fucking slow.
Yeah, that's I mean, Orions are good blockers, are good brawlers.
But the area you have to cover is too long, you know?
You got to think though too about the amount of BSK like in 42 at the moment. As we've mentioned, they're very infiltrated by BSK, and BSK, as we know, not you, but we as in me, because not Harkinian either. Know that BSK loved their Orions last season in MRBC when they were in Division B. So this might be they might be running their 2017 kind of strategies here, and it might not be as functional as it was back then. But let's go to Rubelite.
Rutabaga Oasis.
Light me up. This map's not as hot as it used to be. So this map's a little deceptive because all of PGI's maps are deceptive and never make any sense.
Well, as you'd expect it. I mean, they like to keep everybody on their toes, which you gotta expect.
Oh, definitely.
Why would polar highlands be cold if it's, you know, I mean, global warming, hashtag, you know, it's not fake, hashtag, you know, not my president. You know, little things like that, you know. Rubelite's all of a sudden not hot, even though we know there's oil there. America's attacked it. It's just the little things, you know, the little things.
I wanna throw out so what you can't see here is this is actually a square. This is this. My line didn't draw. No. Maybe I'll refresh it. Oh, are you here? Am I still connected?
Yeah, oh, I'm here. Oh, you're connected, bro.
All right. All right.
You're jacked in like the Matrix.
Okay. Good. Good. So this here and this here, these are upraised locations that are connecting. So what you actually have is a square. This is a big ass kind of square is what theta is. Now obviously
Wah,
these
wah, 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 wah.
yeah, okay. And then there's underneath areas. So you're fighting in a tiny square is what this fight comes down to. Now there's terrain features up here, there's terrain features here, there's terrain features here and here and here. So, you know, people can get up on there and shoot in. Um, and you're just trying to manage the battle in the square. For such a big map, like again, we see PJ do this, but like this whole area, this is non-area. This is a bunch of wasted space. This whole area is wasted. That whole area is wasted. That area is wasted. Like I'd cut your line even. I'd cut your line like here. And we got too many lines going on. This shit's going so slow now.
Sponsored by PGI. Big shout out to PGI. Sponsored maps. Hashtag can't load that fast. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of map that no one's ever gonna use. I mean, like RJ Base even said on Terra Therma, there's those beautiful oceans of lava that no one will ever see. You know.
And so it's a deceptively, I want to say, kind of close battle of a map. We saw D5 last night bring an ATM 48 Supernova and just to get over 1,000 damage with it. Well, I mean, not technically D5, but the person they pay to carry them did, and it just dominated on this map. Isengrim brought a Nightgear with ATMs that also did very well. So we you know, maybe that's a flash in the pan, maybe not. There's a lot of heavy mechs. You see Annihilators on this map all the time. People love to bring 2 Annihilators, push them up somewhere, and those things will just, you know, at these ranges, they'll just fuck shit up. So hopefully that's what I think. I think, let's see, we're getting these push decks from 42. So what do we got? We got two Annihilators, an Orion, maybe a Marauder, maybe what? Why not? Why not an Atlas? Maybe 4 Atlases. Maybe we're gonna go all the way to like Div E or something here. Like why not?
Well, they don't want to lose points. They don't want to give it away.
Okay.
You know?
So that's what I expect to see, and then based off everything we see Eyes do, I see Eyes maybe bringing 2 Annihilators, maybe bringing 2 Mad Cat 2s, maybe setting up.
Maybe 2 SECs.
Maybe, yeah, sure, why not? And then, you know, setting up top somewhere, maybe trying to create a firing line, and then get pushed by 42, and then we'll see who wins. I have so many lines on here, but I don't delete your beautiful Timberwolf?
I think that's more of an elemental armor suit. I can't be sure. Scale's hard.
No, it's a 12. It's a 12.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go commit seppuku. BRB. I dishonored myself.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. I'm seeing a lot of movement on the lobby right now. Like, not necessarily players going in and out, just people moving from one lance to the other. And I think it's kind of like when you go to a street corner and there's a guy with upside down cups, and I think the thing in the cup is sustained eye contact, and I think he's now everybody. Thoughts on that?
I think one at a time, he's worked his way into each and every player, whether it be on 42 or whether it be on Eyes.
I mean, I'm certainly sustained eye contact. Like, there's no doubt.
I personally have. I mean, you got to let him into your heart. He's kind of like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I get it. He's in all of us.
I think, yeah, sustained eye contact's in everybody. So therefore, I think.
You guys are being vapid. Look, the truth is out there. And it's in my book. If you buy for $19.95, it breaks all the. I mean, hey, look, I'm the official whistleblower.
Yo,
So,
Alex Jones of Mex Warrior. All right, we don't need your fucking, you
buy
know.
my book. It'll
We don't
tell
need
you
your gay
all about the
frogs
drama.
messing up
I don't
our
need your
stream.
tactical taint wipes. All right, I'm here for fucking. I'm here to do work for MRBC. All right, so.
We don't need your
1-800
pyramid scheme.
Eisengrim, 1995.
Figured out, chapter 1, finding the sustained eye contact inside of you to help you locate the sustained eye contact in your friends and family, and then eliminate it with weapons.
Are you sick and tired of not being sustained eye contact?
I know
Would you
I
like
am.
to get dunked on by a raven with a narc and 2 medium lasers?
Oh, gee,
Well, for a
I
low
definitely
introductory
would.
price of $39.95 plus mech packs, you too can be sustained eye contact.
6 easy installments. Well, golly, that's the bee's knees. Sign me up.
So, no giant surprise here. Eyes looking to dupe those annihilators. As well as 42. So we might see some spicy brawl happening here. Mad 2CA. No, a Mad Cat 1 on Eyes team. I'm not seeing Mad Cats on the other team though. That's weird. Oh, 2CB. I'm just retarded.
Did they bring Orions, or did they get out? Did they pay off their debt to the Orion company from last season, and they don't have to run around in them anymore?
I feel like they may never bring one again.
Yeah, definitely. We are, by the way, totally neutral. Great, family-friendly casters. And,
I'm gonna be honest. I was hoping they would lose. I was hoping they'd get dunked, but they came out. They look strong. I didn't know what to expect at Eyes, but they're doing work tonight.
It looks like they're setting up a high to do some control. Totally not surprised. We've got 42 going low. You go high, we go low. Wait, you go low, we go high. Nope. The Obama era is over, people. We go low. We go low. Oh no, wait. They're cutting to the right. They're gonna maybe make a push to the.
A Mad Cat TCB with UAC 10s and LBX 10.
Looks
what
like
a time to be alive.
I think Natrid is set up to kind of be like a blocker, I guess, in that Ebon Jaguar. And then maybe? Like, why is he out there?
Sustain's like really waiting in the background here, which is a little weird.
42 just sitting right now, thinking, maybe talking. Let's get in there and imagine what they're saying for a second.
Alright, if I was 42, I'd be like, oh, geez, man, I'm Morty. Oh, geez, man. Rick, what should we do? And Rick would be like, I don't know, Morty. Maybe you should fucking push him. Quit wasting time.
Hey,
I'd be like, oh, geez, man.
Looks like they heard Morty because they're pushing. Flynn Hasek is going out into Theta, getting shot at. He doesn't care because Rick told him to push. And,
Wubba lubba dub dub, am I right?
Yeah, right? He knows what happened to Birdman. Bird Person, my mistake.
Bird Person, yeah.
Rolling in. They lost their Annihilator, Demon Girl. Something sexist. Okay, keep rolling though. Keep rolling.
Hashtag Kotaku. Moving in still. They're trying to trade again with Prolmex.
Not working.
It hasn't worked before. Still not working. So
Flynn Hasek is tired of this. What is this? This poke. What would they say? This. Oh. Peekaboo bullshit, and he finally pushed while the rest of his team kind of hid behind a hill and didn't push in their brawl mechs, and now are gonna die in a hole.
Watching from the overhead, this is horrifying. They're hiding in like weird spots. They're all taking terrible trades.
I mean, I don't. All right, well, you know what? All right, we don't want to be too negative, but mistakes were made. Again, what it comes down to, everything else aside, the brawl teams just gotta brawl, right? They can't be afraid of death. They gotta be fearless.
Like I'm not Anakin Skywalker, but you should never take the low ground. You know what I mean?
So I mean, and they maybe other factors would have come in. Maybe they couldn't have won. Like even in drop 3 Frozen, maybe they don't win on that brawl push. But if they fulfill the push, they get there. you're gonna see they're gonna get some kills. All right, they're gonna do some damage. They're gonna make things work a little bit better for them. And it
I feel like
just didn't happen.
they have the aim, they have the composition of mechs. They just need to do it. Like they need to decide who's Overwatch, and they need to decide who's pushing.
I think,
and then
yeah.
instead of this mixed trade kind of stuff, it's really not worked out in their favor this evening.
Yeah, if they're gonna push, just push, man. Just push, just go. You lose or win, you'll get some kills. You'll have a moment, right, where the other team reacts, tries to deal with it, and maybe you do catch them out, and maybe you win. But
I mean, I've never had a baby, but I've been told you're supposed to push. So
no, yeah, well, yeah, I've heard that. I've seen many television shows as well. As you can see, they're actually asking for the real sustained eye contact to please stand up. I'm going to point out that no 42 member can currently stand up. I'm double checking their mechs right now.
All of them are laying on the ground from what I'm seeing.
So I think that is an admission that none of them are sustained eye contact.
I have zoomed and enhanced, and yeah, nothing.
Yep. It definitely is not player unknown. You'll notice he did not stand up. He was also down.
He didn't. He laid down like whoa, dark field, 100% sustained eye contact. Also Jiffy, also Knack. Everybody sustained eye contact.
I think we have confirmed, unfortunately for Eyes, their entire team except for player unknown is now banned for 2 years from MRBC.
Also, Top Gun 505, also sustained eye contact. So a lot of sustained eye contacts tonight. But honestly, though, all jokes aside, 42 came out and tried pretty hard, so you got to give it to them.
I mean, I know we were rough on them, but you know what? When you make that push, here's something to keep in mind. When you see that enemy, you got to get that sustained eye contact. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, you got to push. You got to look him in the face and give him the biz.
Yeah, don't break eye contact. Actually, that's bad advice. Don't do that, 42. You know that, though.
You got to look left and right.
You got to look left and right.
Unless your mech's asymmetrical, then
Alright, I might have forgot some of these tabs. So let's look at the scoreboard real quick, since that's a new feature on my stream we didn't have before sale.
No, hype. And we caught a lot of shit for that, by the way. Apparently not knowing how to use the Steam overlay is fucking blasphemy.
Yeah, no, we are...
Yeah. Bunch of fucking idiots, But what do you do? What do you do? Swag out, right?
Swag out, right? Just because
dab off into the sun.
Dab off. So Eyes, really good job on them. Looks like they got max rep. Powerful game. Powerful statement about their team after losing. Well, I guess after being
not losing.
Yeah. After being infiltrated on all levels by sustained eye contact. So amazing. I think they had 2 members who couldn't play in this match. So. And they don't have a big roster. Sloppy 40 seconds. They fought. They tried. I think there's just a few things you just go back and practice on. If you're going to be a brawl push team, if you're going to do that, just practice those pushes. Get everybody involved. Put some pepper in their panties, as they used to tell me in football. Get them out there. Get them pushing. Don't hesitate. Let's look at the map real quick to briefly discuss what we saw. Okay.
Wow, that map.
Woo! All right. 42 rolled out. I actually thought they were going to go low, but they kind of backed out, and they kind of went this direction. Eyes came out, and the majority of their guys set up here with Natrid, aka sustained eye contact, and the Evan Jaguar down there. I think at this point, they were open. Flynn Hassick leading the way bravely, boldly in his Mad Cat 2. Took a lot of damage early. They went through Theta. Unfortunately, about the time here, they lost their first Annihilator. They went down rough. As they pushed, and they pretty much got forced back into this hole right here. And that was really the end. Like they couldn't do anything. They were getting shot at. Eyes moved up a little bit. They had a lot of people just shooting at them from a wide arc, and it just forced them kind of inwards deeper into themselves, getting shot at multiple angles, unable to open up multiple angles, blocking each other's shots is just a rough thing. You saw, again, Flynn Hassick boldly and bravely making that push out here to try to actually brawl or get a fight. I mean, he was in Mech Head 2. It's not really a, what you think of as a brawl mech, but he pushed there, and that was pretty much like the last kind of the last charge of the Light Brigade, him alone making that push while the rest of his team kind of cowered in the corner and died. Really rough. I feel bad that had to happen. And again, I mean, even if they were so beat up here, just go, man. Just go. Just go like Flynn did. Get a few kills. Focus fire. Bring a few mechs down. Die well. Die well. That's really
I
all
think
I gotta
Flynn
say
had
about that.
Flynn had the right idea on the push, and I think everybody kind of waffled and got scared when he hit the dirt, and then kind of took that underneath position where they were all kind of hiding and trading poorly, and it just kind of snowballed from there. It was easy for Eyes to collapse on them.
So yeah, I don't, it was, we saw Eyes. They really did stick to a theme tonight, and 42 really stuck to a theme. And unfortunately, it favored Eyes. It came up Eyes, coming up Eyes every time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Eyes definitely look strong tonight. That's for sure.
It'll be interesting to see how these two teams develop further in the season. If 42 can kind of get that push down, because there's no reason why they can't. They have the skill, they have the talent, they have the players. They can get that push down, and that changes a lot of things. That changes the the playing field for them, because then they're making things happen. And Eyes, we'll see them. We didn't really see them trade tonight against a trading team. So it'll be interesting to see what happens later on when they actually fight at range, because we saw on some of the maps they clumped up too much for trading, and another team could take advantage of that.
Yeah, I think a decent trade team definitely could have stepped in there and put, definitely put some work in.
But it's early in the season. We're gonna get the opportunity to watch both teams develop, both teams make changes, both teams grow, and I'm excited to see where that takes us. So I think we're good. I want to say I'm gonna put out there. I'm gonna lowball it. I'm gonna say there's a 52% chance we're gonna be banned from MRBC casting in the future. So if anybody if anybody liked our cast, if people are out there supportive of it and this was the best damn cast we ever saw, please put that out there.
Remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment.
Yeah, there's gonna be repercussions for us not being boring. But
yeah, but how do you you only live once, you only.
I've lived many lives.
Oh,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That's lies. That's horseshit.
It's a lifestyle we chose, so we accept the repercussions. But we hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope that it was fun. I'm showing right now we have 69 watchers. Great number. Great.
Blaze it. 69. Blaze it. Yeah.
Great way to come through. Yeah, that's it. Any final thoughts, Assail or Harkinian?
I think you covered it pretty well. I think I stuck with a pretty good theme tonight with a kind of long-range, mid-range stuff, and 42 just could not push into them successfully and break them apart. I think Eyes had a pretty sharp, way of getting those guys down and just really showing that they were strong. You got to give it to them. They came out hard tonight. I think once 42 gets those pushes down and gets in there, I think they'll be a team to be reckoned with.
Harkinian?
The match, it really opened my eyes to see 42 boxes of Lego waffles in my freezer. You should all buy Eggo waffles because I make money if I say Eggo waffles one more time. Yes, okay, I'm out.
All right, thank you. Really good insight from a high tier player. We appreciate the waffles, Eggos, my Lego my Eggos. All right, that is it for our cast. I will try to schedule a few more casts before anybody bans me from cast control. So
there you go. Yeah,
thanks.
Get him in.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Maybe we'll see you later. Hopefully, that's it for us.
Maybe we won't. Who knows? YOLO.
Who knows? YOLO.
Love you guys.
You only live once.